guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Are you excited? I am excited about this topic. Welcome back to another episode of Conversations with Chi. Now, if you're a returning subscriber, you already know what we do. Like, you know what we're going to do right now. But if you're new, and I'm glad to have you here, Conversations with Chi is basically where we talk about trending topics. And today we're going to be talking about her body, her rules. Okay? Now, before we get into this, guys, please don't forget to subscribe. It's the red button right there, and also beside it is the notification bell so you know when we have a new video up. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up because it will help with my video on YouTube, and comment because I would really like to hear what you think about what I'm doing, and so I know I can do better and all that shebang. Without further much ado, let's get right into it. So, Ariana Grande wore a black dress, an LBD, to Aretha Franklin's funeral. Apparently, I think the lighting is better here. Apparently, that's a big no-no because Bishop Ellis groped her, and people said because of what she wore, that was why she got groped. And I didn't see the video, but from the picture that I saw and where his hands were, I could see that she was uncomfortable with the situation, and he didn't mind. He was just yapping up about stuff. And people said, oh, because she wore this particular outfit into the house of the Lord, this. And I'm asking myself, isn't this a man of God? Does this mean that if a man of God sees you looking scantily dressed, if you are scantily dressed, that he has a right to touch you? But first of all, because before he is a man of God, he's a man. And does it give a man the right to touch you or invade your private space just because you're wearing a particular outfit? The answer is no. My body, my rules. Her body, her rules. Okay? And it was very annoying to see that she was already in a very uncomfortable, despicable, in front of a lot of people at this megastar's funeral on the pulpit, and she was being her private space was being invaded, and for some reason everybody thought that was fine, all because she wore an LBD, a little black dress. No, it's not fine. It's her body, it's her rules, and that's why we have come into today's video. I feel like a lot of the times we forget that women are individuals in themselves and have the right to say, I want to do this, I want to do that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And because of people have forgotten this individuality of women, it feels like you have to have a stamp of approval from society anytime you're doing something. No, you don't. No, you don't at all, because that's the reason why there's sexual harassment. That's the reason why people rape, because you feel like if a woman hasn't met that stamp of approval, then it's okay for you to act like a predator in her private space. No, it's not okay. Now, Ariana Grande what she wore, and she did not deserve to be groped at an event, anywhere else for that matter, because of what she wore. Because I go around without wearing a bra doesn't mean that you have the right to touch me. And when I say you, guys, let's not think it's only men. Women do this as well, because I'm a victim of people encroaching my private space for the singular fact that I do not wear a bra, or I wear something that they feel is too short, or I wear something with a high sleeve, and somebody comes up to me like, you should have come out naked. Well, I did not. It's a high sleeve, and if you do not understand the concept of a high sleeve, please lock yourself in a bunker. Okay? Just because I am not wearing a bra, like right now I am wearing a boob tube dress, and I wouldn't wear a bra with this. Obviously there are going to be certain situations where you might see my nipples, being perky, showing about. Doesn't mean that you have the right to come and be like, pum pum, oh, why didn't you wear a bra? Women do that as well to their fellow women when they see them wearing something that is not of the standard. I feel very comfortable not wearing a bra. This is my preference. This is the way I've been expressing my own personal style and my own personality for close to 3 years now. I stopped wearing a bra when I realized it wasn't necessarily compulsory for me to wear a bra. First of all, they ached, they gave me back pains, and I just wasn't comfortable wearing a bra. So I stopped wearing a bra. But I have been harassed by so many people for the singular fact that I do not wear a bra. A woman will come up to you and touch your breast. You laugh and smile because it's a fellow woman, but that's still an invasion of your private space. A man will look at you and be like, your nipples are showing, and it's an invasion, like verbally and physically. People invade your private space because they feel like they have the right to do so just because you're not um, stamped by that approval of society on what you should wear. And it's behavior like this that makes sexual harassment okay. It's statements like this that make people feel like, oh, just because I wore this, even if you wore Baba Riga as they call it, somebody will still find a justification for that outfit to be a reason why you were raped or why you were sexually harassed. And that's a very it's a predator-like mentality that we need to cut out, because we're telling women, we're telling girls, we're telling people all everywhere that you're not safe with what you wear, and you can't wear what you want to wear because somebody out there is going to be offended by it. Now, in the workspace, in certain environments like the churches, we've actually progressed to the point where you're allowed to wear certain things. Now, I'm not saying go overboard and wear something beyond ridiculous and something that, you know, everybody's just like, no, girl, you shouldn't have. I wear stuff like this, but you shouldn't have. I've had that situation in my office before where someone who I was working with wore something that was ridiculously, I wasn't there, but it was ridiculously revealing. And my boss called me, he's like, I'm cool with, you know, progressive dressing, like you see, like we're a creative space. Everybody express yourself the way you want to, but there's some things that you just crossing the line. And most times we do have, not most times, we do have cases of people crossing the line, not so much. But when they have not even crossed the line, when they're just expressing themselves in the way they know how, and just dressing just because, you know, your style is an expression of yourself, doesn't mean that you should sexually harass this person, doesn't mean you should physically assault this person or verbally assault this person. It's an invasion of private space. In the church, I understand that we've gone from not wearing pants to now wearing pants, you know, not maybe covering your hair. Some churches still are subscribed to that. We've become very progressive. And even in Nigeria here, there are a lot of people that, you know, sometimes when you see them going to church, you're like, oh, okay, that's cool. I know I can't wear that in my church, but that's cool that you can wear that to yours. My church will basically tell you, you know, you don't have a problem with the way you dress, but just make sure that you're decent, like you cover up most things while you're dressing. And I've been in my church for a very long time, and I know that people show their personal style, no problems, without pushing that line or crossing that boundary. Regardless of pushing the boundary, regardless of you, what's the word? Skating on the lines, I feel that a woman doesn't have the right to touch you just because they feel like you have not reached that standard that's been approved by society. It's ridiculous for us to say things like that. It's ridiculous for us to think of things like that. Moving from that, there's a conversation that started bubbling on Twitter where it was talking about women's right to their reproductive system. That's another story for another day. But basically, this small step talking about my self-expression and how it's my body, my rules, is the reason why people can go further into speaking about things like her body, her rules, in terms of her embodying her reproductive system and being able to do the right to what she wants to do. I don't know what that conversation is generally about, because last I checked the timeline, it was about abortion and keeping babies and whatnot. And at the end of the day, it's just like I'm very what's it called? I don't know the word to say. I don't know how to say it, but I'm not yet enlightened in that particular sense. So I can't necessarily speak now until I do some research and then I come back. But from here, where we are here, I think that's what led to a conversation like that. Because if you understand that as a woman, I'm an individual and I own my body, I own my space, and I own everything that I want to do, I have a right to do everything that I want to do, then we wouldn't even be having conversations like this. Like, when we think about the kind of conversations we have and when we have them, it's like beyond ridiculous, because it's like we have other problems to sort. We have various, like, why did edge of the 2019 elections, but yet the way I dress is what is somebody else's headache. At the end of the day, guys, it's my body, it's my role, it's her body, it's her role. When we begin to understand that, it's not about what you think about what she's wearing and what it triggers you to do, it's about how she feels about what she's wearing. I think we're going to start going a long way. Just because my nipples are out doesn't mean that you, my brother or sister, have the right to come and touch me. Just because my skirt is short doesn't mean that you have the right to verbally assault me. Just because you're looking at me and like, whoa, you look too sexy to be out here, doesn't mean that you have the right to come and invade my private space. When we start thinking about things like this, when we understand it, okay, when we understand that just because Mr. A and Mrs. B are dressed a certain way doesn't mean that they are open to sexual harassment, to rape, to abuse, to verbal assault, to physical assault, then I think we would have started a very progressive conversation in society. And that's where I'm going to end my video, guys. Thank you guys for watching my video. That's all I have to say today, really. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Give me a thumbs up because it helps in my video on YouTube, and comment because it's really not conversation with Chi if you are not having a conversation with Chi. Alright, how many of you like my new hairdo? Tell me in this comment section below. I'm also going to be leaving my social media details so we can keep up this conversation, just in case you want to reach out to me there or suggest one thing that I should do on the next episode of Conversations with G. Till next time, stay gracious. Bye.